Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at, and Happy New Year. Been a while, back in the U.S. here now, and April and I got married in November 26th, and I wanted to share today our budget and our expenses for our wedding. So stay tuned. So let's jump right into it. Our budgeted amount and our actual expenses for our wedding. I'm going to give all the figures in pesos. At the end, I'll show you what it was in US dollars at today's rate because the rate changes. I mean, I paid different amounts for different things throughout the months, preparing and stuff. Sometimes it was 59 pesos to the dollar, and other times it was 55, like about where it is right now. So it all changes. So you do the math yourself. I'll tell you what it was in pesos. So, starting right off, the venue and the food. Where we got married, they actually have a catering service as a restaurant right next door there is attached to the place, the venue. And they charge per the number of people. So we paid 450 pesos per guest, and that was up to 70 guests, and we had approximately 70 guests there. So we budgeted 32,500 pesos, that's what it was, for the venue and the food. We also budgeted 5,000 pesos for an extra hour because they give you 3 hours, and we thought we're going to need more time than that. And actually, it did go on longer. It went on 4 hours, but they didn't charge us the last hour because they'd already served the food, so they didn't charge us for that. Really nice. The lechon with corkage with slicing of the pig, pork, that was 9,500 pesos. That's what we budgeted. That's what the cost was. The wine and cake was roughly about 6,000 pesos. It might have been a tiny bit less than that, but I round most everything up in this. In my budget, I always round up. So it's right around 6,000 for the wine and the cake, and very nice cake. 3-layer cake. Maybe April can put some pictures in there, show you what it was like. Heels, that was part of April's outfit. 2,500 pesos. Pretty good deal. Wedding bands and the ring sizing, 3,750 pesos. That was just a basic band. I've got mine. I think mine's titanium, whatever. Really nice. I like it. But great deal. Our wedding planner, 87,500 pesos. And she did all the organizing and stuff like that. I had the whole crew of like 25 people, I think, at the wedding itself. And that was also for our prenup stuff, organizing all that. So 87,500 pesos, that was a big expense. There was 10,000 pesos for the pastor to officiate. And he was awesome. That paid for him to come from Jensan, an hour away. He came there and did that. He was awesome. It was great. Additional transportation we didn't have. Originally, we budgeted for that because of the location of so many people being far away. So that didn't cost us anything. Hotel for family and friends. There was about 20 people from out of town, family and friends that came from, 5-6 hours away or further. And we budgeted 20,000. I think originally I had 25,000. I dropped it down to 20. But April, she's awesome. She got it down. Nice place. Nice rooms for everybody. So for 2 nights, it's 14,600 pesos. It was a heck of a deal. And it wasn't a flea bag hotel. It was a nice place right by the mall. It's close by. So right on the main highway in town. So that was incredible. Food for the family and friends. I know April does this. She's awesome. The Filipinos are great at this. I budgeted 25,000 pesos for 30 people. This was for this was for food at our house. For the night before the wedding, the night of the wedding, their breakfast and stuff like that, the meals and stuff. So 25,000 pesos I had budgeted. And I thought, wow, that's cheap. But hey, April's incredible, and the way the Filipinos do it, it only cost about 15,000 pesos for all the food. That was lunch and dinner on Friday night before breakfast, the day of, and of course their lunch and stuff as they're getting ready, and then food afterwards, and when we had a party back at the house later on, and then the next morning, their breakfast and stuff. So yeah, so about 30 people roughly, and yeah, 15,000 pesos. Travel expenses for family and friends. So a lot of people came from 5-6 hours away, and April actually hired a driver, a guy with his own van, and he drove everybody down there. I think, how many people was it? I think in his van, I think he had 17 people when he arrived there. Big van. And so, yeah, we paid for his accommodation too. He was great. It came to 19,000 pesos. We budgeted 25. I budgeted 25. And that was for everybody coming there from hours away. And some people had their own transportation, so didn't have to cover that. But like I said, about 17 people arrived in the van. So, and then the driver spent the 2 nights there. He stayed and partied with us. He was going to sleep in his van. We said, no way. We gave him a hotel room too, and let him join the party. He was great. So, and then taking him back home on Sunday, the day after. So yeah, that was a great deal. 2 rooms at the Paraíso Verde. That was for myself and April, and for her maid of honor and one of her bridesmaids. In another room, the room's for us to get ready, for everybody to get ready at. And it's a very, very nice hotel, very nice. It's right next door to the venue. It's part of the whole venue there, and very, very nice. So 10,600 pesos for 2 nights, for 2 rooms. That's a heck of a deal. The engagement ring, I got that at K Jewelers here in Seattle, and I got a great deal as an online thing there. It's a 14 karat white gold ring with a 1/3 carat diamond, and it was on sale. It was regular $500 and something, and I got it for $300 or whatever. So that comes to about 15,000 pesos is what basically about what it cost. Then our prenup trip. We drove south of Gensan, 2 hours south. I mean, we rented a car for 2 days. We had our place we stayed in there for 2 days, and that was for the videographer, the photographer, the organizer, all the people there, the makeup artists and stuff like that, to come there, and our meals, everything, and even my $200 speeding ticket coming back. So we budgeted 30,000 pesos. We ended up spending about 26,000 pesos. I mean, heck of a deal. Miscellaneous stuff, that was a couple of things that April got, I think a headband or something, a necklace or something like that, like 950 pesos. The gowns, suits, and robes for everybody for the entire wedding party, right? 18,000 pesos. That was for her wedding dress, the gowns, the suits, for myself, best man, groomsmen, 18,000 pesos. And then finally, the marriage license. Now I show budgeted 1,500 pesos. It was 1,200, 1,300, I think, total fees for the marriage license and stuff. And our seminar we had to do, it only took about an hour, one of the requirements for getting married there. But I put our actual cost about 2,000 because we had several trips back and forth to City Hall. So the tricycle rides, back and forth, cost us, a few hundred more pesos, the many trips we made back and forth and around, getting things notarized or whatever. So about 2,000. So total, budgeted 333,250 pesos. What we actually spent, 272,900 pesos. Now, the amounts I show in US dollars next to that are based on 55 pesos per dollar, per US dollar, which is the rate today as of January 7, 2023. And that was about the rate back when we started doing this back in August. Exchange rate actually got up to 59. And so a lot of the money that was transferred, that I transferred to there, we actually got at close to 59 pesos to the dollar. So some of the, like that US total actually probably a little less than that. But the actual amount we spent at 55 pesos to the dollar was $4,961.82. So, and it was a nice wedding. It was very nice. You know, it wasn't a cheapo. It was you know, April wanted to have a nice wedding, and yeah, gotta have that. I think maybe she'll include some pictures here of how beautiful she looked and how ordinary I looked, you know, but that's just me. So I hope that was helpful. Got any questions or comments? Feel free to leave them. And thank you very much. God bless. Jimmy out.